Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at the feature race at Aqueduct on Sunday, weather permitting. It's the $100,000 ladies handicap. We're going 1.125 for fillies and mares. Before we get started, I want to remind you about the DRF contest where you can win a trip to this year's Queen's Plate up in Woodbine in June. All you have to do is cast your vote for Horse of the Year in DRF's Eclipse Awards Fan Vote Sweepstakes presented by Woodbine. Vote and be entered to win a trip to the Queen's Plate at Woodbine this June. Visit drf.com/eclipse today. Let's take a look at the field for the ladies handicap, and we'll take the field in post position order, Mike, beginning with the number 1, Maddie's Magnum. I'm really interested in your thoughts on this filly. Her first 10 starts came on the turf, and I guess fortuitously, because her turf career was kind of spotty, fortuitously, that race at Saratoga was washed off. She's now won 3 off-the-turf races in a row. Has she been a dirt horse all along, or did she just simply handle the dirt better than most of the other turf fillies she's been facing recently?
I think it's probably the latter, but you never know, I guess. I mean, it's not like, even though she's won 3 in a row, it's not like her figures have gotten any better. She's still running the same kinds of figures she was always running on turf. She just happened to be beating the right fields, I think probably catching the right fields in those off-the-turf races. On the other hand, let's give Dave Donk some credit for, leaving her in that first one and then finding spots for her in races that are coming off the turf and winning 3 races in a row. Dave Donk's barn is going very well right now. I think it's his last 12 starters, Dan, at Aqueduct have all hit the board, all 12 of them. 3 of them have won. So his horses are running well. This horse just happens to find herself in a way tougher spot this time, but she'll get the distance. She handles the dirt. Maybe she gets a piece.
You're absolutely right about the distance. This is exactly what she wants. We'll see what kind of pace setup she gets. She's sort of a stalker, mid-pack, even a late runner. She's going to need a little bit of pace up front. The 2 is Crimson Frost, stretching out for the great Linda Rice, 3rd start of the form cycle. Now, this mare, her best races put her right there. What do you think about 1.125 miles for her?
I'm not going to be that worried about it. We'll see how it ultimately plays out. The only time they've tried 1.125 miles with her so far was in the top flight back in April. To me, that was just a way tougher spot for her against much better horses. So I'm not going to be too hard on her for it. I personally think she's a dirt router. It's what she wants to do. She wants to go long. She's run well around 2 turns before. So I think she'll get the 1.125 miles. I was sort of looking at her, Dan, and wondering, after that really nice win off the layoff, did Linda cut her back to sprint her last time? Because she's not a sprinter. Did she just do that because this horse is just in really good form right now and she wanted to race for her? Stretching back out, I think this is really what she wants. I think she's a huge player in here.
Sexy Reason, number 3, Pletcher at a price. And can you make the excuses that the first and only 2 races in North America have come around 1 turn? She really is sort of a longer distance horse. That's what she was in her native in Uruguay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out. You just have to look at her, I think, and if you like her, say, she really wants to go longer, and getting more distance is gonna move her way up, because based on her first 2 starts over here, I mean, she's just not competitive with these horses. Running buyers in the upper 60s, not going to get it done. Maybe she takes a big step forward. I would want a pretty good price if I was going to play this horse.
I think Total Control, the 4 is a little bit interesting, Mike. This is a mare making her 2nd start off an extended layoff. Last time out at Laurel, she ran a 1-turn mile off a 6-month freshening, and I thought she ran quite well, all things considered. I also think she probably needed the race. She is another mare. She probably needs a slight buyer boost, but I do like her tactical speed. She can stay close to moderate fractions. Another one, though, that will be tested at this 9 furlong distance.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she's at least a little interesting in here in a race that I didn't think had that many interesting longer prices. We'll see what happens. I'm worried about the distance with her. I do think she ran okay off the layup. I do think she can get a good trip in this race.
Sarah Street, like Total Control, returned from a lengthy layoff in her most recent start. She was a game winner over a very sloppy track through the fog at Aqueduct that day. Now, that was a 1-turn mile, and I always think that when you get to longer distances with Sarah Street, you might be getting a little bit past her capabilities. She was a good second in the Grade 2 Gazelle earlier this year. She's lightly raced. She has some upside. She's got figures. She's probably the horse to beat. I'm not sure I want to take a terribly short price at this distance.
I agree with all those things. I think she is the horse to beat in here. And, she's obviously, that sort of one horse I think you can point to in here and say she's got a ton of upside, so she could still get better. And if she gets better, she's going to be really hard to beat in here. I thought she ran fine off the layoff last time, especially when you consider it was a sloppy track and you weren't sure if she was going to handle it. She did handle it. I thought she won that race pretty reasonably well. I think she's the horse to beat in here. I'm with you. I wouldn't take too short a price on her, but I'm definitely using her on the pick 4.
Let's look at the Timeform US pace projector for this race. And this is one of the reasons why fans of that are worried about Sarah Street's distance capabilities might think she gets it on Sunday. Blue bar indicates our friends at Timeform US believe that this race will favor horses on or near the lead. Sarah Street is expected to make the running in this spot. Also, expected wet track works to her favor. Let's talk about Enthrall, the number 6. Positive formulator fact for trainer James Lawrence. Over the past 3 years, older dirt routers, third off the layoff, 36% winners, 3.5 ROI. I wonder if this mare is a sort of a sleeper in here, because I think she'll get the 1 1/8 just fine. She just needs a little bit of pace up front.
Yeah, you like the distance for her, I think. The formulator stat you just put up there doesn't hurt either. Even the prospect of a wet track could be okay for her. She's won well in the slop a couple of times. So all those things could lead to her running a good race here, but she does have to improve to beat a couple of these horses.
Forever Liesel is graded stakes placed over this course and distance. That occurred 2 starts back, went in behind the solid Teresa Z in the turn back, the Alarm. And I wonder if she's just sort of found herself in these 2-turn routes. She was okay last time out in a 1-turn mile at Laurel. She's another one that needs some pace. But if you go back, she has figures. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if she runs big on Sunday.
I agree with all those things. It's surprising to me, too, because I wasn't sure at the beginning of her career how far she wanted to go. But it seems like she's better going longer. Now she has that 1-turn mile out of the way last time. I think she's a contender in this race.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the ladies handicap, the feature race, hopefully at Aqueduct on Sunday. We're expecting a lot of snow, ice, wind, and rain. Mike, you like Crimson Frost in here?
Yeah, I'm going to take a shot with Crimson Frost. I'm not way against Sarah Street as the favorite. I'll use that horse, but I'm going to try and beat her with Crimson Frost, stretching back out third off the layoff.
I wouldn't want to take too short a price on Sarah Street, but as I mentioned before, she's the fastest horse in the race, probably coming in. And that 1 1/8, while it's worrisome, if she is able to control or sit up close to a slow pace over a wet track that she enjoys, she might be able to get it done in the ladies' handicap. I want to remind everybody again about that nice contest that DRF.com and Woodbine are offering. Cast your vote for Horse of the Year in DRF's Eclipse Awards Fan Vote Sweepstakes presented by Woodbine. Vote and be entered to win a trip to the Queen's Plate at Woodbine this June. Visit drf.com/eclipse today. Approximate post time for the ladies handicap, 3:58 Eastern. Best of luck.